Hey yo, your friendly neighborhood quarter guy here, and I've got some mixed feelings right now. Let's start with a couple of stories that have me mixed right now. First off, back near the beginning of August, longtime video game developer SNK Playmore was bought out by a Chinese company called Leiyu Millennium. And they say they want to take a Marvel approach to SNK's franchises, like branching them out into other media like manga, anime, and other stuff like that. And then, recently, SNK basically said that they're a pachinko developer as well as a video game developer, and they said they want to make more video game fans into pachinko fans. However, while this does kind of sadden me, you do have to take into account that this was said at a pachinko-related press conference. So, I don't think this necessarily says they want to give up video games completely, but I still feel really conflicted about this whole thing. Because I want to see a new King of Fighters game. I want to see a worthy successor to the King of Fighters 13. And I would love to see Rock Howard in it, but I really hope they're not going to focus solely on pachinko. Because that would make me sad. Meanwhile, Konami, for some reason, given their fall from grace, they seem to be at least pretending they want to take gamers' opinions into account. They apparently have this survey going on, asking gamers' opinions on their franchises. But when it comes to platforms they want, cross-platform doesn't even mention consoles. It's like desktop and mobile. That's what they mean by cross-platform. They don't even have an option that includes both PC and console in one option. It's like, it seems they want to skew it towards mobile. And if that's the case, screw that. This seems like a thinly veiled attempt at justifying their move to mobile. I mean, ever since that one game on mobile became successful, Konami got the idea that the future of gaming is mobile and microtransactions. Man. Oh my god. Before I go to my third piece, I got some quick updates. First off, I'm not going to attempt the Paris Boss Rage, and I probably won't be able to get another opportunity until a few weeks from now. Because the weekend after this coming weekend is AZ Game On Expo, and the next week is SabotenCon. Anyways, on to my third piece of news. Something that we pretty much all knew was coming, though it's been made official today. Pokémon Tournament is indeed coming to Wii U. And it's being released this spring worldwide. Next spring worldwide. So, a lot of speculation is probably going on already, but we already know another new character. Pikachu Libre. And I swear to God, if this deconfirms Hawlucha, I will be sorely disappointed. Which brings me to my question of the week. Which Pokemon do you want to see in Pokémon Tournament? As always, leave your answers in the comments below. I'll take my favorite answers and post them on next week's episode. Here are last week's winners. And with that, time for the fourth wall mailbag. Remember, if you want to ask me a question, if you have a Mac, PC, or Linux, go to my channel, click the About tab, and click the Send Message button. I'll pick my favorite questions and answer them on next week's episode. First question this week comes from AxelEXE, who asks, have you seen the new character for Arcana Heart 3 Love Max 6 stars, Minori, and if so, what are your thoughts? Well, as far as appearance goes, she looks like something straight out of Kill la Kill. As far as her playstyle, she seems like she specializes in bouncing her opponents off the walls, which could make for some pretty crazy combos. However, at this point, I really don't see myself using her over someone like, I don't know, Heart. That being said, I really hope this isn't that if Minori comes stateside, I really hope this isn't a situation where you have to buy a whole new game just for one new character. Because that would suck. Next question comes from the Urban Legend, who asks, what is your thoughts on Big Hero 6 appearing as a world in KH3 and it taking place after the movie? Well, I still need to see the movie, personally. But I pretty much had a feeling that Big Hero 6 would be a prime target for a Kingdom Hearts world, but I didn't expect it to take place after the movie. I'd say this is an interesting situation, and it makes for a potential for interesting storytelling. Now let's hope Tetsuya Nomura doesn't screw everything up. Next question comes from SwinnyBar13, who asks, who is your favorite musical artist or group? To be honest, it's hard for me to say. I'm kind of a fan of Dragon Force, especially after Guitar Hero 3, but ever since Garnadelia's Ambiguous got stuck in my head, I've been listening to a lot more of her work. So, those are two I've had a lot of fun listening to be honest. Though I can't really say just who my favorite is. Next question comes from James Richardson III, who asks, other than Cecil, what other character from Final Fantasy is your favorite? That is a very difficult question. For one thing, you got Tifa, who's an awesome character and a well-developed love interest for Cloud, and who can kick ass in a fight. On the other hand, you got a character like Kain, whose character development was really good in Final Fantasy IV. Though, I also have to give credit to the developing romance that happened in Final Fantasy VI between Locke and Celes. Those two developed extremely well, and I'd say they're probably one of the most romantic couples in video games. I gotta be honest, that was a really good part of the plot of Final Fantasy VI. Final question comes from Metal Sonic, who asks, how do you feel at having just over 30,000 subscribers?